Alright, it's time for another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 867 for November 3rd, 2025. After last week, I got all kinds of fucked up. Because I posted the 27th episode on the 28th. Because I essentially died after last week's show.
What a loser-ass thing to do.
But
it's dead.
It's dead. But it's another late-ass show. We got the Wombat.
Yes, sir.
We got Anthony.
Yeah, I'm here.
We have professional...
Okay, hold on. I just say something.
You ruined it.
Before you go into it. You know why? Because every time I unmute, it's now got this weird echo sound to it.
Yeah, it goes bang.
Oh.
It's fucking...
And it's like, what the fuck?
What is that? Is Discord's like Halloween sounds are still going or something?
I guess, yeah. Their join sound instead of just going boing, now goes boing.
Yeah,
I have no idea why.
What a terrible thing. Anyway, sorry, Ken, but it's distracting me, and I thought I was losing my fucking mind. So I'm glad that Wombat's having the same issue.
Oh yeah, no, it's just I got the same thing going on. It's ass.
That's why you mute on your mic instead of in Discord. Not to mention Discord's the recording's gonna hear me anyway, even if I mute. So
yeah, that's why I always mute on my headphones.
But we also have professional podcast producer Drew is here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Terrence is in a coma.
Yes.
Not literally. Sorry, I said probably.
He may wake up at some point during this show and decide to join us.
Yeah, he'll pop on and be like, "What year is it?" It's funny. It's like,
listen, if I can drag my ass to get on here, he can get on here.
With the current goings on, it's hard to tell because civil rights are in a bad place again.
What are you talking about? All those Halloween costumes were perfectly legit.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh, God. Anyway, there's a whole lot of sick people going on. They said Terrence is sick, Ryan's sick. I was very sick last week. I think I moved for like 2 days. Ugh. It's that time of year.
All different flavors.
Oh, yeah. Quite literally for me. But there is a lot of video games to discuss, so we'll kick it off. Anthony, you want to give us a start?
I got nothing.
Okay. This man's still not playing video games.
I am, but like, how much fucking else can I say about No Man's Sky? Hey guys, it's good. Have I sold you on it yet? No? Alright, well.
Did anybody talk about the new update? Like, didn't they just put out another update?
So here's the thing. The updates right now are all about the Corvettes, which are the big customizable ships, and that's definitely interesting to some people. I don't know, like, they're kind of clunky, and like, yeah, you can skydive off of them and spacewalk and shit like that, but I don't know, I just don't find the interest in building one out of like pieces I found. I've seen some really cool ship designs, don't get me wrong. But I don't know, I really like the ship designs that they have already in the game. Like, right now the big event is that you can get Atlas, which is a faction. Atlas or Sentinel, they're all sort of the same faction. Pieces for your Corvette. But I have most of that functionality, and it's arguably less visually interesting, because like the Corvette can be a moving base. Like, you know, you can have like a sitting room in it or whatever.
Can you play space chess?
No, it's not that interesting.
Damn,
but you know, you can really
need another soundboard that just says chess.
The functionality of most of the pieces on the Corvette are purely aesthetic. It doesn't land on planets. It sort of hovers above it. it's for some people, but like, I don't know, I really like the fact that I'm in a little spaceship flying around. I have access to my freighter, so I can just sort of, as long as I'm on a planet's surface and the freighter's in the same solar system, it might even be galaxy, but I believe it's just solar system, I can just transfer items back and forth at will between my freighter's storage and my own inventory. So there's no reason to have, because ultimately the same inventory is going to be used for the Corvette, because they don't distinguish. They give you like 10 storage lockers essentially, and those are the same 10 storage lockers you have if you build storage lockers on a base. So, which is fair. You don't probably need any more than that. Even that's a bit overkill. But you know, like, there's no point of me having that when I have 9, maybe more. I definitely have like 6 currently usable spaceships that I have actively out in my freighter, right? So I can just switch between those ships by going to my freighter, but I don't really need to because I can just access my freighter at will anyway. So it's like, it's a neat idea. I like the idea of Corvettes. It's interesting to see other people's, but boy, does it fucking hog resources. So the problem is there's shared areas in the game, and those shared areas run a whole hell of a lot worse when there's a bunch of people with Corvettes. It already runs pretty shitty in the Anomaly, which is sort of the hub area, and that's where those missions are. So the missions right now with the update are all based around Anomaly missions, which are like cooperative if you want them to be. I did one, and I went, yeah, that's kind of like a normal mission, except that like I get some sort of arbitrary currency, which is neat, but I don't really care to do this right now. Because I'm still doing stuff that's been in past updates. So it really depends on if you want the rewards or not, and I just don't care. It's kind of like how I got to with Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which is like, yeah, it's cool that you're having an event for Joker from Persona, but the unlocks kind of suck, and I don't really care to be doing the races over and over and over again. And I don't know if my review is up yet, but like, I wrote a review for it even though I bought the game, to take something off Ken's plate, because I'm probably going to give it a better score anyways. But like, the reality is like, the biggest complaint is that there's not enough courses in that. And so the same thing kind of happens with these missions in No Man's Sky. It's like, I'm going to be doing the same stuff that I do in normal missions. They're a little bit more structured, I guess, because they're not based around randomized planets. But I think that randomized planets is kind of more interesting because, like, I might have to go to a planet that's on fire all the time, and that's far more compelling than me like landing on a couple of rocks that are, you know, there's been human hands sort of crafting a general concept that everybody's going to go through when they do these missions. So, yeah, I love that game. It's not a criticism. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't have to engage with it, so I'm just not going to. It's not where I get the enjoyment out of that game. And like, I have a bunch of, I even told Terrence that if you wanted a bunch of pieces for a Corvette, just come to me. I have them because I enjoy collecting them, because that means I'm going to planets that have a lot of pieces, which, you know, I could sell all those. Whatever I don't use, I can sell. So they're not like worth nothing. But they'll also be stuff that I can trade to other people for stuff I do want. Because I'd like more standard ship parts. That's the other problem I have, is like, to get standard ship parts, you have to dismantle other ships, and you only get a piece off of those. So I have to get most ships, you either have to pay for them, or you have to fix them up. You have to then get them to a space station, which is easily done. You can just switch your spaceship that you have at the space station at will. And then you have to sell it and choose what part you want from that spaceship to be able to use that piece to build a new spaceship, which is okay, but I would just like to buy those pieces so I can customize the spaceship. But I have a ton of parts for a spaceship I don't want to build. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I never wanted to be flying around the Star Destroyer when I watched Star Wars. I wanted to fly around the X-Wings and TIE Fighters because those are far more interesting to me. Doing big maneuvers and like, I right now I fly something I called Flick, which is the name of the main character from A Bug's Life, because it's called the Mosquito, I guess, is kind of the general name they use for that design. But it's a small ball that has a singular fin right up from the top of it, and these two little wings that come off just to the side of that tall wing, and those move down to the bottom when it takes off. And so it looks like a dot with a straight line through it flying. So the wings are sort of vertical rather than horizontal. And I think that's more interesting. And when I can turn it upside down and fly underneath things and land on water, that's why I play that game. I feel like I'm exploring. If I wanted to fly my freighter somewhere, which you can't, it's like, I guess that's where you get into the Corvette. So yeah, all the missions right now have been that. I'm sure they'll be, with the next update, something else. Like, I'd be more interested in customizing ground vehicles. Like, there's a full mech suit that can be made to be autonomous. Like, it can just dig up and kill things on its own. That's far more compelling to me, which is, I think, Voyager's update or something like that. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, they keep adding stuff to that game and they won't accept money for it, so they're insane.
Well, it's working for them.
But now I'm going to buy their next game. So they got me. I'm now interested in what the fuck their next game is going to be, because it looks like it's going to be more sort of No Man's Sky.
Except it's all on one planet, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's like, because that's the... So right now in the Reddit, not that I like to bring up Reddits or whatever, the No Man's Sky Reddit seems pretty chill. Like, a lot of it is about helping other people, which is nice. That's nice when a game community... Like, are there griefers in the game? Yeah, what you do is you land in the anomaly, and then they push you into their Corvette, and then take the Corvette off, so you're stuck with them. That's kind of what the griefing method is right now, unfortunately. But outside of that, and obviously those people probably aren't on the Reddit, they help people find ships by, like, giving them coordinates to certain planets and certain galaxies and stuff like that. And right now the big thing is, like, people are trying to get cities built. Like, come build a base, build part of the city, because there are no cities in No Man's Sky. So if that's going to be the thing in their next game, where it's a little bit more lived in, I'm interested. That's kind of compelling to me. But yeah, just what a weird, interesting game. Like, I will say this was one thing that I thought was neat, because, like, I vaguely remember playing this game when it launched. Like, I remember a lot of it's a reason why I play in first person rather than third person, because, like, all the trailers they show, it's mostly in third person. I play in first because that's how I played the game originally, and I find it a little bit more immersive. But the original space station designs were different. And that's what the pirate stations are based off of. So they've taken over the old stations. Because I went to a pirate galaxy, and not galaxy, solar system. And they've taken over one of these old space stations. And I'm like, that's a neat touch. Like, they've worked on the lore based around their updates too, which is something that I can't say. So if you've been playing since the beginning, or like me, you dipped after a little while, there are still remnants of that original game in there, and they're referencing the fact that things have changed, which is neat. I don't see a lot of living games in that way outside of, like, MMOs, which this really isn't still. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I played a little bit Enter the Gungeon. I think that pixel art still is some of the best, but other than that, like, I don't think it's a great Steam Deck play, because the sprites are pretty small.
All right. Well, Drew, do you have anything to share with us this week?
Yeah, I got a few things. My regular Balatro that I play pretty much every day. But I did try out a couple of new games. Ball Pit, I guess is what it is. It Ball X Pit?
I don't know. I just see it.
I've been calling it Ball Cross Pit, but I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's Ball X Pit or Ball Cross Pit. Who knows?
Has anybody tried this game?
No.
No, I keep meaning to check it out and forgetting.
It's one of those. Is it a Devolver joint?
It is Devolver, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll inevitably get my money for it at some point. I have too much shit that I want to play that I'm clearly not playing right now.
So I guess the best way I can describe this game, and I put it in this chat, is it is essentially Brick Breaker meets Vampire Survivors. Everything is kind of run based. They have different characters that do different things. You can collect different power-ups that give you different balls that you can shoot out. Some do bleeding damage, some do poison damage, some shoot lasers and stuff like that. And then you can also level them up to make them more strong. And then you can also fuse them together to make a different weapon. So it has that kind of sense to it. And there's a little bit of a base building mechanic. So every time you do a run, you collect gold coins that you can then you go back to town and you're basically rebuilding a town. And you unlock new characters by building different buildings. And then you also have to harvest. So if you do like a forest, you can harvest, lumber, or you can do like a farmland. You can get grain and stuff like that. And the way you harvest is basically the same way. So you have to shoot workers towards those areas to make them harvest it, kind of thing. So there's strategy there as well. Everything is basically just Brick Breaker the entire time. But it's neat. It's got a really good soundtrack too, I would say. It comes off kind of
on Steam. I think I'll have to check it out.
No, it's neat. It's got like a gothic horror vibe to it. So like the first character you have is a knight. Second character I got was like a old sheriff. And I know there's like a mummy character that you can get and stuff like that. And it's all basically just run based. You start off, there's 3 different bosses that you have to fight against in a run. And there's strategy involved with, like, you can easily just, shoot straight up if you want to, and the balls will bounce back to you. Or you can shoot at a wall and they bounce back and forth, and you do more damage that way. It's really neat. It's one of those where, like, it takes you probably about 30 minutes before you're like, oh, I get it now. Okay, yeah. And because to begin with, I was like dying before the first boss. And I was like, oh, damn, like this game's kind of hard. And then once I started realizing I need to start aiming where I'm shooting, then that really changed it up. It's really neat. It really is. So I've been enjoying that. And then, if we remember a couple weeks ago, I talked about how I had ordered a Game Lab handheld console with, 10,000 games on it, and it never showed up.
Only 10,000?
Yeah. How many was it altogether? Anything? I can't remember. I think it was like 11,000 games.
Buddy, I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Listen,
yeah, it's a lot.
You ain't playing all of them.
No, I'm not.
And
I would say 40% of them are Mahjong.
Enjoy? If that's a challenge, like, the only person that's going to suffer is you at the end of the day.
Yeah. But it actually did show up. And this is a neat little system. It is an R36 console.
I have to ask this question. Why do emulation devices always have like the stupidest fucking names?
Well, I mean, this is called a Game Lab.
But think about like what's the most
PlayVision.
popular emulation device?
I don't know.
A Raspberry Pi.
A Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, Raspberry Pi.
That's the first thing I think of when I think of a Raspberry Pi. NES games.
Yeah, I mean, people use Raspberry Pis for a lot more than that. But yes, that was a big flavor of it at the beginning.
Wow,
I actually
your
have
voice went all over the place there.
Did it?
So you sound like Max Headroom for a second. You were like, I don't know.
Is it better now?
Is it just me? Do you hear that?
He does. He does
I'm
sound
hearing
like he's
it.
talking fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it normal now?
That was
Yeah.
normal. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right,
It's
so-
awesome. I'm with it.
People
You
use
read the
Raspberry
lyrics to
Pis
that?
for a lot more than that. Was what I was saying.
No, absolutely.
Although
They definitely are.
I do have a Raspberry Pi Mini that I put in a Super Mario Brothers NES cartridge. So I have a Super Mario Brothers NES cartridge upstairs that has a Raspberry Pi in it.
How does that work? Do you have to does it have a power source?
Yeah, you have to plug it in.
Yeah.
Just USB power. It's fine.
Okay.
No, it's
Oh, do you actually have like
USB, Yeah, it's USB-C, but it plugs into plugs into the wall. It's got like a power adapter.
plug it on the wall?
Is it still doing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. It's like
God damn it.
you're speaking normally, and then it's trying to shoot all the audio to us at once.
It's awesome.
It's like
So it sounds like you.
Let me.
It sounds like you're an auctioneer.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm bending the microphone wire and then releasing it, so you hear a whole bunch
Yes.
of things.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
I was gonna say it's kind of like the Oblivion Shuffle. If you remember, whenever you got to a place too fast, and then the NPCs had to run
Yeah.
to get back to you.
Oh, what about in Hot Shots Golf when your caddy would run to the ball? You see him coming over the
Let me
hills
disconnect
like a
and
fucking
reconnect and
ferret.
See if it makes a difference. This is great radio, by the way.
I'm having a good time.
Goofy.
No,
ass
this is
shit.
great. This is late night, man. That's what happens.
Oh God.
Oh, he left.
There's that
So-
Discord sound. Ba-dong.
Since I don't know if it's on the news portion, but Anbernic is selling a DS console.
Who's
Sure.
Ambernick?
So Anbernic is one of those companies. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, like
They're
what's
probably Dow
the
company.
Ken Hank?
I don't think they. Yeah, I don't think they sell. Like, I don't think their consoles come with anything on them. To be fair, but you know,
Is it an
they're easy to-
FPGA or is it like just a straight?
No.
emulators?
It's just a straight emulator. Yeah,
Gotcha.
There's no because an FPGA is only worthwhile really if you're going to use cartridges. Right?
Yeah, the cores have gotten better. So
the cores have gotten better, and don't get me wrong. Like with my analog, the FPGA portion that I don't have cartridges for works great. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like at that point, if you just have a strong enough device, you're going to get a very similar process. It's just like the difference between using a cartridge on an analog product or please understand, I'm not shitting on Hyperkin here. I'm sure you can, but it's like when you put like, what is it, the Retron 5 or whatever?
yeah,
What it's doing is it's
it's
dumping those
the
cartridges.
ROM. Yeah,
Right. And that is not what I wanted my
you want it to
console
play
to do, 'cause
off
at
of
that
the
point-
cartridge. Yeah,
cartridge, yeah, because at some point there's no reason why I would buy like if it was an FPGA without that ability, then I should just buy something that emulates. What's neat about this Anbernic console is that the clear goal is a DS emulator, which is like a first. They are like, it's got like a very different type of touchscreen, but it's a DS with 2 analog sticks and it's literally called the something RGDS or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, hold on. I'll send you a link, but like
I think
it
I
is-
saw the screenshot
to
with
me-
Austin Powers on the top screen or something. Is that the
Oh,
one I saw?
God. I mean,
Of all
Yeah,
the
hold on.
games to emulate
To
on the
put
3DS,
fucking-
Well,
that's
it
what
wasn't
I
a
was
game.
thinking.
It was showing that it could play video too.
okay.
you know what? Okay, because I was thinking you were talking about the Game Boy Color.
Oh,
fucking
dude,
pieces
no,
of shit.
no.
But look at this. Look at this, and tell me like this is not
Yeah,
a
that's a
loss.
3DS. Or a DS, I mean. That's a DS
yeah.
for sure.
So yeah, I was looking at that because I'm like, well, that's interesting.
Guess where
I
it
don't
ships
have
from?
a need for it. China. But yeah, what a weird time we live in where these This is unfortunately going to be the future because it's going to be the only shit that people can afford.
Yeah. I saw somebody post
We'll
like
see a dramatic increase in emulation in the next couple years.
Oh, absolutely, because like what was it? I saw an advertisement. Somebody was digging through some boxes the other day and found a Toys R Us advertisement from this isn't that long ago, 2018, where like they were selling a PS4 Slim for $199.
Yeah,
must be nice.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, you can't even buy one now for that price. Shit.
But yeah, the Ambernick. Speaking of bad titles, by the way, RG35XXSP. What do you think that looks like?
I bet it folds in half.
You are damn correct, sir. There's ones that look like Game Boys. There's one that kind of looks more like an analog game, like a Pocket to me. But then there's one that literally just looks like a Game Boy Advance, like the original Ambernick RG34XX. That is just a Game Boy Advance, sir. It's even the same color purple. There's one that looks like a Steam Deck. There's one. This is the one that gets me the most. The RG Slide. What do you think it is?
PSP Go.
One of those.
It's a fucking PSP Go.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the only console that ever slid that I could remember.
Yeah,
I know, but I was thinking.
You're thinking the
more like
phone.
a phone, that sliding phone. Yeah.
Sidekick.
Sidekick.
Okay.
That's what it was called. Thank you.
The Sidekick.
Yeah, I knew of their stuff, but I saw the DS one, and sorry, I've taken this while we were waiting for Wombat to come back into a totally different conversation. But
I mean, we were talking about Drew's handheld emulation.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying let's get back to that.
Okay. Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff on it.
What was the first game you played?
Pokemon Yellow.
Wow, that's a choice.
Well, I wanted to look at and see what kind of... Honestly, I bought the game to play Pokemon games. Because I have no way of playing them anymore.
Well...
So when you say you booted up and played Pokemon Yellow, what you really mean is that you booted up your Game Boy Color and played Pokemon Yellow, right?
No reason to incriminate yourself.
Come on and get me.
Shh.
They don't
fuck with Nintendo.
Give a shit about me.
Nintendo will do it just to make
What
a point.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Be angry that you've done it and then do nothing like they did with the Ice ad? That's what I thought.
Man, I'm not playing with Nintendo. I'm sorry. That's just me.
Yeah, they can kiss my ass. Now you have a backbone? Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, come after this guy who spent $50 on an emulator. But yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there. It goes up to PlayStation 1.
PS1 is really easy to emulate.
Well, the problem is there's only probably 10 games on there.
Oh yeah, those were CDs. They had infinite space on them.
Well, I was thinking more of like, does it even have analog sticks?
It does.
Yeah, those little handhelds.
Oh, okay. Right.
Is it one of the ones that has like the 4 back buttons too?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, those buttons are weird.
Yeah, they are weird.
I thought the buttons on the Pocket were weird because it has the L and R buttons, but it's shaped like a Game Boy Color.
No, these things literally have
those ones are even weirder.
Yeah, they have like 4 trigger buttons on the back,
side by side. Yeah.
They're weird.
I say it goes up to PlayStation 1, but it actually goes up to DS because there's DS games on here.
I can't imagine playing DS games on there at all.
I have not booted one up, so I don't know how you do that.
It usually splits the screen, and then you use the right analog stick as the touch.
Oh, gotcha.
That or it switches them. Sometimes there's like a button to switch.
There's usually a hotkey that'll switch it between like split screen and full screen of the top screen and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it's got the only thing I can. I'm trying to imagine what was missing? I was curious if they had Resident Evil games. There's no Resident Evil games on here except for Resident Evil Gaiden.
For the Game Boy Color, yeah.
Game Boy Color. Oh, I wonder if they have Ghost Babel on there. I'd love to play that game again. That would be great.
Does that one have an
like
HDMI out, or is it just portable?
No, it does not.
Mm.
So it's just portable. And I'm sure you probably can add more games to it if you wanted to.
Just take the SD card. Just take the SD card out, load it in your PC, and add to the ROMs folder.
Gotcha.
There's most likely, it's most likely running RetroArch or Batocera, which both of those
it's running RetroArch.
Yeah, then you just open up the ROMs folder, go to the system, and drop them.
I mean, it's crazy because like the menu and everything like that, it's like completely categorized and like, you know, NES, press down Game Boy and Game Boy Color. You know, it's like, I'm like, oh wow, it's all just like categorized and everything. There's even a search feature, so if I don't want to scroll through 10,000 games, I can just type in the name of the game that I want to play.
Is that the first time you've used like RetroArch or something?
I've never used an emulator in my life.
Oh, RetroArch is more than an emulator. It's more like an emulator house. And then it loads the emulators into its system individually. And then when you boot it, it'll run the emulator itself.
Gotcha.
So.
But yeah. I've been messing around with it. I haven't actually sat down and decided to play a game. I think probably incriminating myself is probably going to be a Pokemon game. I just don't know which one. Because I have a bunch now.
Just start at the beginning. Do blue, red, or yellow.
Dude, those games are hard.
Yeah, but going forward, they'll just be better. You know?
Well, if you, they're hard if you don't break them on purpose, because those games are glitchy as shit.
They're glitchy as all get out, dude.
Oh, but Pokemon games used to be so much better. The beacon of fucking stability.
You know how I know how glitchy the Pokemon games are? Because I was on a flight one time to the west coast of the United States. And there was a guy next to me who was both completely terrified to fly and kept asking me for reassurance that the plane was not going to crash. And was also playing one of the original NES Pokemon games on his computer the entire time and told me everything about it.
Holy shit.
This dude did not stop talking for the entire 4-hour flight.
When the fuck did you and me go on a flight together?
First off, Ryan, Nintendo is coming after you because you just said one of the original NES Pokemons.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't playing it. The dude on the airplane was. Go after him.
Well, did he call it NES or did you?
Dude, everything's a Nintendo.
He just said it was an original. He just said it was one of the original Pokemons. I can't remember which one he said it was.
He doesn't play
blue,
Pokemon. I don't know why
green,
you're fucking grilling this man on the fact that they're Game Boy games.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of
here.
There
is a Pokemon Yellow, and I'm sure it's in that device. That there's a Pokemon Yellow like Chinese bootleg for the NES that is apparently pretty
there's
decent.
A Chinese bootleg for every game on the NES.
I see.
Yeah, that too.
I see now why. I didn't even connect the fact that I said NES. Like I just didn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The Game Boy.
How do you feel about that? Because I felt it was pretty pedantic, and that's coming from me.
I feel like
I was more focused on the fact that you were stuck next to that man for however long.
I'm operating with a cold, addled brain, so that's what I'm going to blame it on.
I want to delve deeper into this flight.
Yes.
Did you ask him what he was playing, or he just decided?
God, no. So he sat down next to me.
No.
He sat down next to me, and he asked me about. So we were getting ready to take off, and he looked at me and said, "I've never flown before." And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I fly all the time. It's it's fine. It's not a big deal." And so then we started to take off, and you know how you can, I mean, the plane kind of rattles a little bit when you take off because
Sure.
everybody's
Yeah.
luggage is bouncing around and shit. And so that's when the panic started. And then when the landing gear went up, there was additional panic because of the noise and the movement of the landing gear going up. And then he started playing his game. And here's the key mistake that I made on this flight to Seattle. He said to me, do you play video games?
Oh shit.
And like a fucking dumbass, I said yes.
Yep.
And that's where
How old was this man? How old was this man?
He was younger than me, probably 30.
Okay.
If I had to guess. And I mean, if you want to know something about some glitch or there's some other like my brain wants to say it's almost like speed running, but it's not. It's like making the game purposely more difficult.
Nuzlocke.
Okay, that's it. I got the entire history of Nuzlocking.
That's when you
which
just
if you
turn
had
it
asked
and
me
you go,
before that flight, I would have thought it was like a furry thing.
it's when you got to just lean over and you go, listen, if you don't want this plane to crash, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to say that.
I'm about to make this trip a whole hell of a lot worse. Shut the fuck up.
That would have been immediate, instant panic.
Cavity search.
Well, yeah, that too. But yeah, so then he spent the entire time to Seattle telling me all about Nuzlocking and all the different modifications and such that you can do on all the different Pokemon games. And I got an oral history of all the Pokemon games from the very beginning all the way up through the 3DS. Yeah, it was. I'm not kidding when I say that he did not stop talking the entire flight. The entire flight.
Do you play video games? Nope. Opens DS. Continues to play.
Yeah, right. That's what I should have done. I didn't even have time to do anything on the flight except listen to this guy talk about Pokemon.
It's probably his coping mechanism.
I've told the story, I think, on the show before. And if I haven't, or if you haven't heard it, then you can hear it now. It reminded me of, I used to work at, a friend of mine owned a booth at the flea market, and he sold video games. And this guy came in, and my friend had on a Cleveland Cavaliers shirt. And this guy started talking about the Cavaliers. And again, I mean, 15, 20 minutes, he stood there while we were busy trying to talk to my friend about the Cleveland Cavaliers. And finally, my friend who was stocking shelves turned around and started banging his own chest like a gorilla with both his fists and going, in this guy's face for as much breath as he had. And the guy, I'm not kidding you, it was like something out of a cartoon, looked at him, turned all the way around in a circle, looked at him again, and just walked out. And before he got out, my friend, who was still banging his chest and going, before the guy even got out of the store, he went, God, I thought that guy would never leave. And that's what I wanted to do with this Pokemon guy, but I didn't.
You should have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyways, all you need to know, Ryan, really is that those games were never, like, I hate to put it to you this way, everybody out there, but like when you complain about new Pokemon games, go play the old Pokemon games. Tell me that they were masterpieces because they were fucking shoestring, fucking holding it together. Oh my god,
yeah, sure.
fucking awful.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up something.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony knows what I'm going to bring up. because I was deeply reminded of a time in my life. I had a new hire.
So you were on a plane.
At work. I had a new hire at work, and
oh no,
he was working night shift. He was working night shift, and he was training.
I've heard this story too.
One of my guys called out, so I had to go in and work night shift. So I'm already dead tired, but I was like, you know what? It's good for the supervisor to be with the new hire, so we can do some training. Well, we're sitting there. This is when I'm in security. We're sitting there in that guardhouse for probably an hour, and I was like, look, man, I can't just sit here in silence, because he didn't say anything. And I was like, tell me about yourself. What are you into? And he said, oh, I really like Sonic.
Oh, here we go. I've heard this 1,000 times. And
I was like the Hedgehog? And he's like, yeah, you've heard of him? I was like, I've played. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's either the restaurant or the Hedgehog.
I need to find this.
Hey, that works either way, Ryan.
Fan. I need to find the Sonic fan who is deeply opposed to the Hedgehog and is only referring to the restaurant.
The restaurant. And I was like, well, I've played a couple of the games. I said, I don't know a lot about it. And he proceeded to talk to me about Sonic the Hedgehog for 5 hours. And I was just like, damn. Should have kept my fucking mouth shut.
Should have kept your fucking mouth shut. Listen, for all the wonderful things that our hobby includes, self-awareness isn't always one of them.
Yeah. I think at the time, I might have got on Discord and sent Anthony a message saying, why is it always Sonic? Why is it always Sonic? Or trains? It's either those two. But yeah.
No, there's definitely like the ones that like have a weird fascination with like anachronism. Lord British there is one of those people where it's just like, oh, you have I'm going to wear knight armor and LARP in the woods type autism. And I mean, like, out of all the autisms, it's probably the best one to have. Just saying. Second is trains, and the worst is fucking Sonic.
I just don't know why gravitate towards Sonic.
Hold on, now I have to see if I can find this.
You're gonna hurt Anthony's feelings here very soon, Drew. With this line of conversation.
Listen. I'm gonna say it right now. Like, I like bothering all of you with the Sonic facts. I never want to talk Sonic facts with any Sonic fans ever. Like, it's just like, do you want to hear people bitch about every fucking video game? Like, are you a fan of the series? And then there's people that'll just glaze everything too, and you're just like, I hate all of you. I hate all of you. I hate your fucking OC do not steal bullshit. Like, it looks like Sonic, you colored him green. You know, that's Sega's job.
My thing is...
Yeah, right. Yeah. Turning everything into a fucking hedgehog is Sega's job.
My thing is that we have the ultimate cautionary tale when it comes to Sonic and autism. It's called Chris Chan. And
no, we're not going down. No,
I'm not going down that hole. All I know is that I'm sure Ken and Ryan have probably heard of it, but have not looked into it. And I will tell everybody listening,
Chris Chan was the Rock champion. What was it? The Sonic champion for like 1 through 3?
No.
What are we talking about then? Because that is a dude.
We're not talking about anything.
We're good. No.
We're not talking about anything.
Why the fuck did you bring it up? You bring it up and then you're like, we're not talking about anything.
He's an asshole. I told him no immediately, and he's just like, I'm going to power through, and now he's not going to finish. Go ahead, tell him, Drew. Tell him who Chris Chan is.
Chris Chan is the most documented person that's ever lived.
That's right. None of it good.
Okay.
I feel like I'm on Reddit, and not in a good way.
No.
Did you say you feel like you're on Reddit and not in a good way?
And not in a good way.
No. Let me tell you right now. This is so... This podcast is now attached to Chris Chan.
Yeah, it is.
No.
We're going to be on the. We're going to be on the fucking wiki.
Christ, no.
No, I mean, seriously, I will say this: there is a documentary.
It is hours. There is probably a month's worth of video.
Yes.
You need to understand that no one has been more documented since childhood, which is weird because, boy, did you not see it going the way it does.
Yeah. I mean, is this guy like the what's that kid that plays with toys?
I mean, this kid plays with toys.
Like, no, I mean,
no.
I mean the kid that had the
Brian
channel
or whatever
playing with toys. Yeah, you're talking about him being documented since childhood.
No. This person was an adult by the time YouTube was a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
This person somehow got interviewed on the local news. Why am I talking about this? No, I'm not answering the question.
That's the thing, is that there are so many things that happened previously that they could document. Okay, we need to stop talking about this. Chris Chan is a very strange, disturbed individual who unfortunately was coerced into doing some very bad things.
Sounds like a great place to leave it.
Yeah.
Because of internet trolls, basically.
Okay, so about that handheld.
Yeah, handheld's really cool.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
By this, I don't mean on this topic of conversation. I mean, how is this my life?
Because you have a great life.
Listen. There's...
Well, I was listening.
If anybody's listening to this,
you eventually, it's just like you're watching Smiling Friends, and suddenly there's a fucking reference to it. You can't escape it. It's everywhere. And then one day you'll be awoken to it, and it's like a fucking cursed knowledge. This is the shit that H.P. Lovecraft wrote about, alright? An unknowable evil that as soon as you comprehend it, it ruins your goddamn life.
So about that handheld.
You see it everywhere.
That handheld's really cool. That handheld, Drew.
The handheld's really cool. I think I'm going to take it on a plane with me.
No more fucking
so you can bother the person next to you?
So I can bother the person next to me.
I feel like we're about to have a
not
deja
think about
vu.
crashing
no more
on
late night shows. I don't know what happens to these people, myself included, after 7 p.m. at night.
I was keeping it relatively...
You cannot give us a show.
Relatively normal for once. It wasn't me. I didn't take off. Why'd you do this, Drew?
Because I watched the documentary and I need other people to suffer. I watched the entire fucking thing, guys.
Well, I will not be watching it. So
no, you don't get it. It's like 80-something episodes, and each episode's an hour long.
Like I said,
I think it's more than
80 hours of this.
Yes.
But he doesn't have time to play video games.
The bad thing is... Go ahead.
There is a sequence where somebody was... And I mean, it's not... The Liquid Chris saga.
Liquid Chris is the best.
Just like, yes, it is a video game reference, and yes, it is exactly what you think it is.
Liquid Chris is probably the best internet troll I've ever seen in my entire life. But
just go online and just insist that you're somebody. Insist you are the real person to the real person.
Yes.
And the real person starts fighting you to prove that they're the real one.
Yes.
And everybody's just like, all right, I'm just going to agree with the other guy.
Yeah. Liquid Chris is the real Chris Chan.
But no, Drew, you need to tell the story about the guy that Sonic at work, when he drove into work that one time. It's my favorite story. And he drove into work on a fucking rim.
Yeah. So apparently he lived probably about 30 minutes away from work. He had a flat tire and he didn't realize it. And so he just drove all the way to work. Eventually, to the point where there was no tire, he was driving on a rim. And I went back on the fucking cameras to see it, and you could see him coming around the corner with sparks flying everywhere. And then he just went into work.
He had to go fast.
The other guard
those weren't rings.
The second shift guard was like, "Dude, what the fuck? Your tire's missing." And he's like, "Oh, I thought I heard something."
Wow.
You know what? You know what?
New car too.
You know what? These people are allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Drew also. Listen, like Stones from Glass Houses. Drew broke a power slider on the back of a fucking.
This is also true because I didn't know.
He's like, I can't figure out how to close it, so he just slammed it shut, which he had to break the wire to do. So now they don't have a power window.
The guard patrol truck still is broken because of that. They still drive it around.
Handled it because you couldn't.
Dude, I got on my fucking knees in the back seat and jerked the living shit out of that thing until it finally closed. Man, hold on.
Somebody's got to.
I was going to say I need to clip that. That needs clipped right there.
I got on my knees and jerked the shit out of that.
If Terrence were here,
that's 100% a Terrence line that you just got clipped on.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I did do that. That actually happened.
I'm going to combine that Jesus Christ to the end of it.
Yeah.
Wow. But unfortunately, Power Washing Simulator is now ruined because I've watched most of that documentary while playing games.
See, this is why you have to be careful about what you consume.
Yeah, no, I have.
Shenmue and ramen noodles are inextricably linked in my mind.
Yep.
You got to watch the way you do stuff.
Oh, that handheld's really cool, though. I'm gonna dive deeper into it whenever I get some time.
Stop watching all these documentaries. You got plenty of time.
I know, right?
Oh God.
Oh,
I thought the segue we talked
thank
about
you for joining us for the last
segue of all time.
Thank you for joining us for the last episode.
This is far from the last episode.
If you have heard us talk about Chris Chan, do not look it up. Don't.
Somebody already did.
Don't. I'm sure they already have.
Way to ruin somebody's life.
Yeah.
Any other video games?
No.
All right, Ryan.
I got to recover because my head cold was not prepared for that laughing session. Oh God. All right. So the only thing I really have to talk about this week is the game that I haven't been able to talk about for 4 weeks on this podcast. And now I can finally both talk about it and tell you what it was. Not that everybody didn't already figure it out. It was Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake.
It sucks.
It does not.
Okay, good.
I could submit that for the back of the box, but yeah, no, it's excellent. So it, I was, and so my review is up if anybody wants to go read it.
With no double spacing.
Stop it.
Jesus Christ. I talk to people at work about that, and I'm still flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted by the only one space after a period before the next sentence, but I'm even more flabbergasted that you've been taking them out of my reviews. And I don't know how long that's been going on. Because I got to tell you, every review I've written for the last 20 years has had double spaces after the period.
I know, I curse you every time I get one.
I used to edit the crap out of your freaking reviews.
You assholes. Stealing my spaces and shit.
Oh shit! And you'd also write like 4 pages. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again.
Look at all these fucking
Yeah, I think
spaces.
my Dragon Quest review is 6.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's why I used ChatGPT. I was like, I ain't doing this by hand. Fuck you.
Well,
Shit didn't exist when I was editing reviews.
Yeah, this is like one of the first times I've done it. I was like, ugh. Used to you'd be able to paste it in like a notepad and say replace double space with space, but that just breaks it up now for some reason.
I can't believe you fed my content to ChatGPT.
I did.
Bastard. Maybe it qualifies me to sue him like George R.R. Martin did.
Godspeed.
Next time somebody makes a fanzine out of my reviews. Anyway, back to Dragon Quest. So, I said on the show before, when these two were announced, that I was a little bit worried. And I was a little bit worried because Dragon Quest 1, despite being one of my favorite RPGs of all time, the RPG that I've finished more than any other, and one of the most innovative games of all time, inspirational games of all time. If you play it now, it's pretty formulaic. It's definitely got a pattern to it and a set flow through the game. Get to this level, get this equipment, get to this level, go to this area, fight this enemy, blah, blah, blah. So I was a little bit worried how they were going to turn that game into something that sort of befit what they had done with Dragon Quest III. And on the other side of that coin is Dragon Quest II, which, for better or for worse, is generally understood to be the worst Dragon Quest game. And I have to say that in both cases they did an awesome job. But particularly for Dragon Quest II, it's almost indescribable how much they have improved Dragon Quest II as an experience in this package. So to start with Dragon Quest I, well, let me back up for a second and talk about the stuff that applies to both games. If you've played the HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest III, most of the stuff here is going to be pretty familiar. You've got selectable difficulties, so you've got your Draki, Dragon, and Draconian Quest difficulties. You've got objective markers. We'll talk more about those in a minute. You've got voiceovers, right, which is awesome. You've got all the little things that they added for the iOS remakes as well, which were also on the Switch remakes. So your handy heal all and the expanded inventory system and all that stuff is here. The games look phenomenal. Just like the third game, they're incredibly beautiful. The HD 2D art style works really, really well for this. The character sprites are all phenomenal. Even their like battle animations are really great. The monsters, of course, look fantastic. So, Dragon Quest 1. If you've never played Dragon Quest 1, I'm going to recommend playing this remake without the objective markers on. Because the whole point of Dragon Quest, especially these early Dragon Quests, was that you would talk to the NPCs, they would tell you what you needed to do next. If you talked to all of them, you would figure out what you had to do to beat the game. This game brings back the recall feature from Dragon Quest III HD 2D, which is where if you hit start after a character tells you something, it'll put it in a log, so you can always go back and look at it later. I recommend playing Dragon Quest I that way if you've never played Dragon Quest I before. If you have played Dragon Quest I before, I actually recommend turning the objective markers on, because this game is very different. The major pieces are the same. The beginning's the same, the ending's the same. There are signposts throughout that you'll recognize, but they've completely overhauled the middle of this game. They've added in sigils, which were only present in Dragon Quest II. And in Dragon Quest II were really just kind of the MacGuffin that you had to go around the world gathering. Now, in both games, when you get the sigils, they actually add to your character or party's power. So some of the sigils will make your spells and attacks more likely to critical. One of them makes it so every time a character defends, they get some magic power back. One of them makes it so when you're below half health, you can hold down the X button on or A button on the attack before you attack on some specific spells and abilities, and it will do an enhanced version of those. So they've completely added all this sigil stuff into the first game where it didn't exist before. And of course, there's a whole line of quests around gathering all of the sigils. So they've taken what can be, I think, probably you could beat as quick as 5 hours. I think the last time I beat the first Dragon Quest, I probably beat it in 7. And they've turned it into about a 13 to 15 hour experience. It's still not as good as Dragon Quest III or the remake of Dragon Quest II that's included here. I think it was a really good idea for them to include 1 and 2 together in the same package, because 1 on its own as a standalone probably wouldn't have went over as well, just because it was a pretty thin game to begin with. So expanding it out is great, but you still only end up with about a 13-hour game, which is perfect. It's perfect for its runtime. It lives up to the story and everything, the original Dragon Quest, and it does a really great job of actually tying the original Dragon Quest in to both the third game and the second game. Which, if you play Dragon Quest I, the original by itself, it does tie into the other games sort of superficially. But they add a lot of stuff in here that really puts its hooks in to make these 3 games, this trilogy, feel like they're all like they're an actual trilogy of games, as opposed to just 3 sort of disconnected games that all happen chronologically. Go ahead.
Now, have you seen the artwork for these 2 and how they connect?
I don't know what you mean.
The artwork on the covers. I know you don't have the physical games, but when you actually put the 2 covers together, it actually makes one art piece.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Yeah, so you put 3 on the left side, and then 1 and 2 on the right side, and the tear sort of design continues on into the cover of 1 and 2. And what's really interesting is the Switch versions, because they're like smaller, like I don't even know how to say, like thinner, right? Like they're not as wide as like the Blu-ray cases. Yeah. The artwork was actually fixed so it still works on those.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I was very surprised because I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like, because it looks, there's way more spacing on where the characters are on the PlayStation and Xbox versions.
Yeah, I'll eventually buy the physical versions. So that's cool to know that there's that extra thing in there for once I eventually buy them. The artwork is tremendous. And you do, just like Dragon Quest III, you also get sort of the most of the cutscenes, right, are in-game cutscenes, but every now and then you'll get like an ink drawing when they're explaining, a faraway castle or something like that. Sometimes you'll get an ink drawing of it, which is really cool. So Dragon Quest I is still a solo adventure, meaning it's just it's just the main character. You do, though, fight against multiple enemies now. So in the original Dragon Quest, it was 1v1. It was one hero and one monster at a time. In this remake, it's expanded just like the other Dragon Quest games, where you can fight a full contingent of up to 5 enemies at a time. And so you of course, if you just had the limited skill set that the hero has in the original Dragon Quest, you wouldn't be able to pull it off. So instead, you get this full suite of expanded spells and abilities, most of which you'll recognize if you've ever played a Dragon Quest game. But it does add sort of a unique spin on the series to have all of these spells and abilities on one character and be the only character that's fighting against all the enemies at once. It definitely adds a layer of strategy that exists in a different way in the games where you have a party. Sometimes it can be pretty fucking difficult, especially because it's unless you're using an ability that allows you to do it, it's difficult to against some of the bosses to heal and attack in the same turn, which it can make things pretty difficult against some of the higher level bosses when they have ads. But overall, first game is great. It's, again, 13, 15 hours. You'll come away with it, if you've never played Dragon Quest before, you'll come away with it with a complete understanding of what you need to get to know to go into the second game. And if you've played Dragon Quest before, you get a lot of neat lore expansion in this remake that you don't get in the original. So, Dragon Quest II, Dragon Quest II has the original Dragon Quest II has a lot of problems. The game is difficult as hell. It is how do I want to put it? It's a little bit obtuse. Even if you're talking to all the townsfolk and NPCs, finding some of the sigils is very difficult. It's a pretty obtuse experience to try to get through the first time if you've never played it before, if you're not using a guide. It's also incredibly grindy. And it introduces, in the original at least, introduced the concept of having more than one person in your party, but they're set characters. So the Prince of Maidenhall is the main character. The Prince of Cannock is the second character that you get, and then the Princess of Moonbrook is the third character that you get. The Prince of Cannock is, I guess the best way I would describe him would be kind of like a priest or a paladin. He has spells, but he's also halfway decent with a weapon. The Princess of Moonbrook is a mage character, and you can't customize those characters outside of their names. And even in the original, you couldn't even customize their names. So it's not like Dragon Quest III, where you can build a full party of characters where you choose what their jobs are. In this game, the characters that you're going to take along with you are set. And in the original, there's not much personality there. They talk to you a couple times throughout the course of the original, but it's mostly just like, yes, cousin, let's venture along the way kind of stuff. The biggest thing that this remake has added is all of the characters have a ton of personality, and their charisma when they're interacting with each other is really, really great.
I hope they have strong accents I can't read.
They do not. That's a Dragon Quest IV thing.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Dragon Quest IV was brutal to read.
Yeah. Now they do all, because it's the original Dragon Quest, they do all talk with like the Old English thou art stuff.
Yeah, that's nothing like compared to fucking 4. Right. Good God.
But they talk in normal voices. And so you've got the Prince of Maidenhall, who's the first character you play as, and you play as him by himself for just a very short period of time. And none of this is spoilers if anybody's ever played the game before or knows anything about Dragon Quest II. The Prince of Cannock is the second character you pick up, and he's kind of like, he really, really, really wants to be a hero. And he's a little bit like he says the wrong thing. He's a little bit clumsy. He's trying really hard, but he has a tendency to say or do the wrong thing at the wrong time. And then the Princess of Moonbrook is very much like the serious mother hen, smart, perceptive voice of reason in the three. There is a fourth character that you add specifically to this remake. I won't spoil who or what that is. There is a fourth character who also has a great personality, but I can't explain how much giving these characters personality and interactions with each other and having them have conversations about the quest and about the way they feel about it and about what's happening, it adds so much to this game. And it really does make it one of the better Dragon Quest games, this remake of 2. I would say that this remake of 2 is definitely better than 4. I'd have to sit for a little while to figure out if I think it's better than 5, but right now I want to say that I think it is. I still think 3 is the best. That hasn't changed. These games are, in my opinion, a little bit of a step back from Dragon Quest III, but the originals were a huge step back from Dragon Quest III. So the fact that they've been able to get them this close is pretty impressive. There's also a ton of additional story content here. New bosses, new enemies, new spells, new abilities. The other thing they've added is scrolls. So in both games, you can find scrolls as you go through the world that will allow you to add new spells or abilities to your party right then. So some of them are spells and abilities that other characters will get later. Some of them are spells and abilities that you can only get from finding the scroll. And there's some really good ones sort of hidden around. They do have magic medals, of course, which were added in some of the later games and have been in all the remakes as well. They're just little medals that you find scattered throughout, and as you collect them, there's the monarch of medals who will give you prizes for however many you bring to him. But there's a ton of extra content in here. The second game remake that's in here is probably 35 to 40 hours, depending on what you do, how you do it, how much you're willing to invest in some of the optional content that's included. It is fantastic, and I can't really say enough how impressed I am that they were able to take what was my least favorite Dragon Quest and rocket it up the chart, because this remake of 2 is just absolutely fantastic. So if you've been waiting, which Anthony, I know you have been, for this package to start playing through these games, including the remake of 3, it's a really great jumping off point. I will say there are some things that could probably be considered light spoilers for 3 when you play Dragon Quest 1, since it does take place chronologically in front of
after.
1. Yeah.
You know what? Here's kind of how I said to you the first time that we talked about it off the show, was like the reality is that I'm probably not going to comprehend, and even if I do, I mean, shit, I've played Builders, and Builders spoil. Well, Builders 2 spoils
one
the
ending. Yeah.
Yeah, and Builders 2 spoils the next game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I've engaged with Dragon Quest long enough where it's like either I'm not going to notice at the time, or it's not going to be as impactful until I've played through 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and they really do make it a point. These games are not disconnected from each other at all. They make it a point over and over and over again to reiterate the fact that 3, 1, and 2 are all part of one big story. So yeah, it's
which is weird because that's how they start off with the musical number from High School Musical. We're all in this together, and I thought maybe that's a bit too on the nose, but
it's we are all in this together. That is true. Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things about this remake. They're both really great. So even if you're not a huge fan of Dragon Quest, if you just like turn-based RPGs, you should play these games because they've taken what were already really great games and made them even better. And I can't wait. I can't wait for what's next.
Well, it's a remake of 7, so spoiler.
Oh yeah. I mean, in the HD 2D world.
Oh, I mean, we know there's another Octopath, and we know there's that other game.
Yep.
The not Zelda game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Elliot, The Adventures of Elliot.
Yeah.
That game's fantastic. I can't wait for that.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia. Streets of Philadelphia. Yeah. Anyway.
Philby cheesesteak.
All right. Well, that's enough. As far as
that should have been said like an hour ago.
Over.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. Anyway, yeah. If anybody, I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything, but that's really all I've got to say about it.
That's all I had to say about that.
Rank the Dragon Quest and go.
Okay.
No, please
3.
don't. God, no.
I'm only gonna rank the first 6. The first 6, I would say 3, 6, this new remake of 2, 5, and then probably, man, that's tough. Probably 4, and then this new remake of 1.
I've only played one of them, and it had to do with time travel. Which one is that
7.
one? 7. Okay,
7.
That's the only one I played. I played the DS or 3DS.
Yeah, you actually reviewed it because when I looked up my review the other day, I looked up because I don't just go to our website and click on stuff like a normal human being. I type in Dragon Quest ZTGD into Google and let it take me right to where I want. And one of the first results that popped up was your review of Dragon Quest 7.
There you go.
I'm looking at that screenshot of 4 that I posted, and every time I look at it again, I get angrier.
Yeah,
because it doesn't. To read it to people, King Bernard is saying, "No doubt use all kin wit. It is what I want to talk to yous about."
I think it's supposed to mimic Scottish dialect, yeah.
But it's bullshit, and it doesn't, and they break into other things, and you're like, and so imagine trying to get directions from this fucking game.
Yeah. Well, you also get a whole bunch. You get Russian accents and all sorts of stuff.
It's just
Dragon Quest 4 is a unique experience.
And then there's missing dialogue in the DS version because you can't talk to your party. But only in the Japanese version. So that's just
So as 7 is the only Dragon Quest game I've ever played, what do you think of that one?
I have not finished 7, so I am it's probably 10 or 15 hours into it. 7
it's like
was
100-hour RPG.
I was about to say that's like the very beginning.
Yeah, and it's on. I only can play it on DS or a 3DS. It is unlike the others, not available on mobile. So one of the reasons I've been able to beat most of the other ones so many times is because they're available on mobile. So if I had downtime or it was just sitting around waiting on something somewhere, I could play a little Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 7 is not available on mobile. Dragon Quest 8 is. So I have not ever gone back and finished Dragon Quest 7. And now I'll just wait for the remake.
Drew. That is the only Dragon Quest game outside of the original 3, which are probably the ones that need it most, that will now have 2 remastered versions.
Right. Yeah, because it got remastered on 3DS.
3DS, and now it's getting another remasters. Because outside the original 3, which are simplistic, I mean, the all the other remakes of it are pretty faithful. This is the first time it's actually had more put into it. There's the iOS port, and then there was the Game Boy ports, and then I believe there was Super Nintendo ports in Japan, and stuff like that. But it's just like Dragon Quest VII is the one I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of the characters come from in either
Dragon Quest Monsters, the newest Dragon Quest Monsters.
New Quest Monsters.
During
7, and I believe a lot of the characters also.
You're talking about 7. I was still stuck on Dragon Quest 4. The new Dragon Quest Monsters is connected to Dragon Quest 4.
I think Heroes takes a bunch of characters from 7, even though it's not really connected to anything, because there's characters from all over. But I want to say it's the one that they reuse the main character from 7 a lot in artwork.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with his little floppy hat.
Yeah. Definitely not, because he kind of looks like their version of Link.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I did like what I played of 7, by the way, I should mention. But
okay.
That's it.
All right. We're going strong. Oh.
Well, yeah, man, I had 4 weeks and I couldn't talk about it, so.
I have too many things, so I'm just going to go through really quick.
Just following that Sting style of release. Tantric reviewing.
Yeah, that's right. I've been building it up for 4 weeks.
That's a long time. So I'm still playing through Dying Light the Beast. Still good. I finally kicked off, got a little deeper into Outer Worlds 2. That game is really good.
Better than Outer Worlds 1.
Yes, a lot better than the Outer Worlds 1. And I like the first game.
What makes it better than the Outer Worlds 1?
It's just more production values, better characters, combat's better, the quests are better. I really like the tongue-in-cheekness of it. Every time you boot up the game, the main menu talks to you about the game. It's kind of funny.
All right, so how do I phrase this? I got maybe 5 hours into the Outer Worlds, and I was like, "This is neat, but it's not grabbing me." Would this grab me?
I think so.
Okay.
But it's on Game Pass, so, play it for 5 hours. If it don't grab you, it don't grab you. But
do you... crap, I just lost my train of thought. Go ahead, keep going.
I was just going to say, there's just so much more interesting, characters and, story arcs in this one, at least for me. A lot of times I get frustrated.
You need to have played the first one to get this one.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, this feels like its own story. It kind of pulls the same situation where you start off the game and you're doing something, then some shit happens, and then you wake up 10 years later and it's oh, that shit that happened, we need to go sort that shit out. So
gotcha.
But I really love the tongue-in-cheekness of the characters and the quests in the game. They're just absolutely hilarious. And the combat is a lot better. I'm enjoying it quite a bit more than I did in the first game. Worlds feel bigger. It feels like this is the game where they finally got the money to make that first game what they wanted it to be. This feels more New Vegas than the last one, which they wanted it to be New Vegas,
Right.
So I'm enjoying that. Probably start playing a little bit more through that. Those 2 games I can't talk about. I did play a little bit of that Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. I'm sure there's something different here from what it was on the PlayStation. What was that, a year?
Did you not play the campaign at all?
I didn't see a campaign.
Oh, there's supposed to be a campaign. I haven't booted it up because I have not had time to.
I'm so confused by this game because the menu system is very confusing to me. Like, Tournament just says it's loading. And then there's an arcade mode, which I played through a few times. And then, like, I went into the character costume area.
Supposed to be... Oh, that fucking character costume area sucks.
It's so bad. It's so bad because, like, the version they sent me is, like, the deluxe edition with all the extra costumes, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to even use them.
There's supposed to be a single-player mode.
I would love to know what it is, because, like, I'm in the menus trying to figure it out, and I'm like... So I have no clue, man. I'll boot it back up because I love Virtua Fighter, but so far I'm just like, this feels a lot like that first game. So I don't know.
Hold on, I'm looking. I'm looking.
Well, you go ahead and look.
World Stage. That's what it's called. It's called World Stage.
Maybe I was playing it before it went live?
Solo quest to become the ultimate fighter.
Yeah,
no, it's on there now.
Well, I clicked on it and it didn't do anything. Just like gave me a blurb of text and then like took me back to the menu. So maybe it was a glitch or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I talked last week that I was really excited to play Zoocosis, and I booted it up and it just ran like shit. So, like, I tweeted out to the developers, I'm like, this game is just garbage on Xbox. Y'all need to fix it.
Your game runs like shit.
I literally said that. I was like, this thing runs like shit. They tweeted back to me, they're like, oh, we just put out a patch, you should try it. So I downloaded it again. Fucking game crashes every time you boot it now.
It fixed it
what is
for
this
you.
Game?
Don't play our game.
It's like a horror game where you are playing in a zoo where they're experimenting on the animals. It's like a really cool premise.
Listen, they didn't say the patch made it better, Ken. They just said they patched it.
Yeah, well, they did. I booted it 6 times this week and it crashed every time I booted it up.
So it's like a survival horror game?
Yeah, but it like takes place in a zoo with like deformed
survival
genetic
horrors
animals.
Of trying to get it to boot.
It really is. After 7 years, Dusk is finally on Xbox. So it's like a running joke I've had with the guys who make Dusk. He sent me the code Friday night. He said, "Sorry, it took 7 years." But if you like boomer shooters, that game is so good. Like, it is, man. If I'd have played that back in the Quake days, that'd have been up there with like Quake. Like, it's just so good. What else have I been playing? A couple racing games that I've had that I couldn't talk about till now. One of them was that Fast and the Furious game from We're All Thrills, the cruising guys. That's a cruising ass Fast and the Furious game. Like,
Vin Diesel in it.
What's that?
Is Vin Diesel in it?
I don't think so. I don't think they got the license to the people.
As long as it's Corona.
I think it's just I think some of the music is in there, and then like definitely the cars and stages, and it's like, but it's a cruising game. It's 100% a cruising game.
Okay.
And then the other one is Recreation, which. So it's from the guys, the Bugbear guys, the guys who that did Flat Out and then did Wreckfest, which were very good games.
Next Car Game was what that was for about 5 years.
Yeah, and then they finally called it Wreckfest.
Right.
So Recreation is from that team, but apparently they've got some of the guys from the Burnout team, and it shows because this game is there are so many parallels to Burnout Paradise in this game.
No, you're speaking my language here.
It is an open world game where you're driving around, you run up to an event, you kickstart it, you do your races, but it has a really heavy emphasis on creation, hence the name. So like you can build like stunt parks. It's got these really cool effects, like when you're doing a race and you go across lap 1, lap 2, but like the words lap 1 are on the road and you hit them and they shatter, which is really cool. It's like the boost meter looks almost exactly like Burnout Paradise, and in fact it's triggered off of the same stuff. So like when you drive on the wrong side of the road or you wreck another car or you do like a close encounter with another car. Like you build up boost and then you can boost and go faster. But it is very heavy on the creation stuff. There's a lot of places where you can, go to these parks and build stuff, and it's got the same DJ menu from Paradise where you can like bring it up, similar to like Forza Horizon 2, where like you can bring it up and you can change the weather on the fly. You can change the music on the fly. You can change like the aggressiveness of the traffic as you're driving. Just a lot of customization in this game. It's really neat, but I think it leans a little too heavy into the creation stuff. Like I was trying to find more events and it just kept pushing me into like, oh, go build this stuff over here. I'm like, I don't really want to build stuff. Like that's not what I'm here for. So I need to play a little bit more, but I'll probably write my review this week. But I am enjoying it. It plays like a Bugbear game, really kind of heavy cars, a lot of fishtailing, lots of destruction. And then of course the big game that I played like 10 hours of in like 2 days was the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I watched the entire documentary in like 2 sittings, which is I think like 5 hours long. And it's excellent. Like obviously there's a lot of stuff in there that I've known over the years of just playing the games and being a huge fan of them. But there is quite a few things in there that I didn't know. Excuse me. But if you've played any of their other like collection games, it's fairly similar where it goes through a timeline. So like it starts at the beginning and it talks about the early days of Bally Midway and where like Ed Boon was working on like super high impact football and then working on the pinball games and then like, they got together and started making the game. And it's crazy to think that the first 3 games were like 4 dudes on the first game, 5 dudes on the second game, like 7 people on the third game. And like that's it. And like they're building like 6 months to a year, which is crazy. There's all kinds of promotional stuff in there from like the live action series, the movies, the toys, like flyers from the arcade. They even have like animations that were cut from the original games. They've got all the behind the scenes mocap footage in there. Like there's so much stuff in this collection. It's crazy. And then of course the games, which it's an interesting collection. Obviously all 4 arcade games are there. Well, actually, was there 6 arcade games, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3, Ultimate 3, Ultimate 3 WaveNet, and 4. So WaveNet was an arcade machine that you could play online in the arcades.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You had to have a T1 LAN if you remember T1s.
I remember T1.
Yeah, you had to have a T1 LAN in the arcade and it would connect to other people. Like if nobody was in that arcade, you could play like cross country against other people. It had some balance changes in it too. A lot of people thought that version had been lost to time, so it's really cool that it's included in here. And then they include obviously the console ports, which it's an interesting variety. Excuse me. The first game is the most included because it has Mortal Kombat 1 for Genesis, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Gear. So you get 4 different versions of that game. And then with 2, you get the same thing except the Game Gear version is missing and they replace it with the 32X version. Which, that's cool. The 32X version was really good. It was basically like the Genesis version with more color. So, and then you get into 3, and from 3 on, it gets a little weirder. Because like 3 only has Genesis and Super Nintendo. The omission of the PlayStation version is really weird. And then you get Trilogy, which is only on the PlayStation. You don't get the N64 version. You get Ultimate, which only includes the Super Nintendo port, which is really weird. I get that the Saturn is probably a little hard to emulate on modern consoles.
Saturn's tough to emulate, period.
Yeah.
A lot of slowdown and stuff.
But, like, why not the Genesis version? Like, that's a weird one to me. And then you get Special Forces and Mythologies, which is weird. MK4 is just the arcade port, which is fine, because that's the best version. People will argue Gold is the best version, but I still think the arcade is the best version. But not having the PlayStation version on there is weird. And then you get 3 really weird Game Boy versions, which you get the Game Boy Advance version, Mortal Kombat Advance. I don't even want to talk about that game. And then you get 2 Deadly Alliance style games, which Deadly Alliance itself, and then Tournament Edition, which is Deadly Alliance with different characters. And it's, they've added a lot of stuff to these games, like one-button fatalities and infinite fatality time, and the ability to unlock all the secrets, the EJB menus in the arcade where you could flip the dip switches.
One-button fatalities was the best thing about Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Yes. And you can pretty much unlock all of that. They did add a fatality trainer, so you can go into any game and just perform the fatalities, which is really cool.
That's cool.
There's versus modes, there's training modes. So there's a lot of options to play these games. Now, I've seen a lot of people online talking about like the input latency. I don't see it. I'm also not a competitive player, but I've played... A lot of people online are like, the noobs don't notice it. Motherfucker, I've played more Mortal Kombat 2 than probably anybody on planet Earth. Like, my time in that game is ungodly. And playing the ports here, they feel fine. Like, I didn't notice any issues with playing them locally. The online sucks.
That's what I was going to ask.
I'm just going to say it sucks. It is currently only quick match. There are no lobbies. There's no crossplay. And even when you queue for a match, you can queue per game. So every game has multiplayer except for the Game Boy games. And if, let's say, you queue for Mortal Kombat 2, if they can't find a Mortal Kombat 2 game, it might throw you into a Mortal Kombat 3 game. And the lag online is fucking trash. It's bad. So, they said lobbies are coming. They said crossplay is coming. I know a lot of people are upset about that, and I get it. But, like, that's not why I came to this collection. I would have played online. Like, if one of you guys had it, I might hop on and we have, like, a fun night just playing. But I'm not getting online to play against these people who are weird. I'm sorry. Like... I have no desire to relive that day, in the arcades when you had to put your quarter on the screen.
I know what you mean, but I want you to just clarify what you mean by weird, because this podcast, this specific one we are doing right now, should tell you shouldn't play with us either.
No, I mean people who take it way too seriously and like obsess over, reading like input frames. Like, I don't want to play against those people. They're weird. It's like when my son tells me he doesn't want to play Mortal Kombat with me because I don't ever let him get up. Like, that's what other people do to me online. So I'm like, I understand why he doesn't want to play with me, because I don't want to play with them. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, if you've ever had any love for Mortal Kombat, Digital Eclipse knocked this out of the park. Like, I think it's incredible. Obviously, I've got a little bias in this for obvious reasons, but I couldn't be happier. Like, I literally play this thing every day. Like, I'll boot up a console version and just play through it. And yes, the AI is still bullshit. The AI has been bullshit since 1992, guys. Get over it. Like, it was meant to eat your quarters.
Let me ask you this question. Out of the 2 big companies that re-release or remaster stuff, Digital Eclipse versus Night Dive, which one is the best in your opinion?
They do different things. I really feel like they're 2 different levels.
I was going to say that. So if you want historical importance,
you go
it's Digital Eclipse.
Yeah.
because
Sure.
they're the ones that do the documentaries and the timelines, and they're the ones that figure out emulation for weird stuff. Like, literally, the reason why there's, and this comes from another podcast, there's a Stone Age Gamer episode where they had a guy on that's part of Digital Eclipse.
Big P, you're going to talk about Big P.
I'm sure I don't remember, but all I remember is that maybe it's who you're talking about. There's a guy there that just said, I wonder if I can get the Jaguar emulator.
No, that's the name of the emulator.
That's what it's named?
Okay. Yeah, he wrote it in-house for the Atari 50. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, I'm going to challenge myself to do that.
Yeah, okay? And he put it out open source.
It's not like anyone... Because no one's had a good emulator for that.
No, and he just upgraded it in the last 6 months to include full support for Jaguar CD.
Yeah, insanity. Night Dive has a very specific type of game they work on.
Yeah. For
the most part. And a lot of their stuff, not even a criticism, a lot of their stuff is mainly we're taking a PC game and porting it forward.
Mm-hmm.
They do amazing work. Yeah, but they're not getting like the... Well, they'll add the content from like the PS1 version of Shadow Man to the PC version, but they're not, taking a PS1 only game and putting it somewhere else. That's just not kind of how they do things.
Yeah, they don't do straight emulation. They do like a combined full experience game.
Like their version of Power Slave.
Yeah, Power Slave's a big one because the Saturn version was very different.
So they've combined those two games somehow.
Yep, exactly. So like you get levels from the Saturn version within the campaign of their new game.
They did that with Killing Time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Killing Time is the same way. The PC version's mixed with the 3DO port.
Like they make definitive versions of games, which their version of Doom, and now Quake and Hexen.
Hexen and Heretic. Yeah.
Heretic.
They're going to be the definitive versions from now on, because you can still access all the old Doom content, but it also runs on everything. Like if they move away from their version of it, it's stupid. It's the best it's ever run on consoles.
Yep.
For the PC version, of course.
Speaking of Night Dive, they just upgraded Turok 2 finally now that it's X and S and PS5 compatible. So,
but I mean, like the fact that we're mainly listing off first-person shooters kind of tells you
who Night Dive is.
Who Night Dive is. I think the only thing that they've done that's really outside their wheelhouse is I believe they're the people that did like the old what is it, Freddy Fish or whatever games. I believe that's Night Dive as well.
That wouldn't shock me because it's in that same ilk of like early to mid 90s PC stuff. Yeah.
PC stuff, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably, if you're gonna talk about like who do you want to make a game relevant to like a museum, it's Digital Eclipse. I think they're the most important developers currently, because I think what they're doing is something that we're running out of time to do. While Night Dive is doing stuff, I mean, to the way better, but that modders have done for years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're just making it simple for people. Right? Like, there's been modders that have done weird shit to Half-Life where you can play the PS2 versions of all the levels in the Half-Life campaign. Like that, the whole co-op campaign from the PS2 version that was exclusive is on PC now because a fan rebuilt it from scratch. So it's not like that what they do is crazy. They're just the best people that have ever done that type of stuff. I've never seen a like, my mom was more interested. Like, I brought Atari 50 over to her and showed her, and she's like, these documentaries are fascinating. Yeah, they are. Because the games, some of them are play once and move on.
Sure.
But they feel more important because they are telling you exactly why they're in that collection. And then, like, did Karateka or Karateka or whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, did that need a whole thing? Probably not.
It's very interesting though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that my biggest issue with that one is that like Mechner is interesting in general. You should be talking to him about Prince of Persia at the same time, but just know that one's the problem with that one is.
Well, there's a lot
Ubisoft
in there
has
about
the rights.
Prince of Persia.
There is a lot in there about
with
sure,
his dad
but you know what I'm
and-
saying, like,
Yeah.
but the Super Nintendo version of Prince of Persia is extremely different, but still feels the same. Like, there's a whole different, like, I think they increased the time because there's now new parts of the castle, or whatever you want to call it, to explore.
And that's what I love about Digital
But
Eclipse
stuff
and
like
stuff.
that,
Like,
like-
there's a whole section in the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection where they shit on the guy who made the Super Nintendo port because of the way he wanted to code it. And that's why it feels like shit. Because if you go back and play it now, it does feel like shit. Like that first Mortal Kombat game on Super Nintendo, not having the blood is the big killer of that version.
Right.
But playing it plays like
Also felt
ass.
like shit, yeah.
And it's
That's
because
the
he
version
wanted
I
to code
played.
it a specific way.
That's the version I played too.
Yeah.
I mean, I played the arcade version, but I
did
owned
not,
the Super
so.
Nintendo version.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how he messed that game up because he wanted to code it the way he wanted to code it.
This is a very specific Digital Eclipse thing. And Digital Eclipse, to be clear, is like the new M2. Because M2 doesn't do as much work anymore.
Well, they do a lot on Switch.
They do a lot on Switch, but like if you look at their PS2 era, like they did a Phantasy Star Collection in Japan. They did 3D remakes of a whole bunch of old Sega games. They weren't amazing, but it was interesting for the time. The Sega Ages that never went really all that far. They did the 3D classics on 3DS. They did fascinating work for Sega, but Sega just, I don't know, is Sega. Digital Eclipse is kind of doing what M2 did back on the PS2, where you buy a collection of all these games and they'll give you, 4 or 5 versions of the same game. Like, I don't need that, but I'll try it out and play it. And they, have built-in cheats or whatever. Like, the Digital Eclipse did and it's disappointing because I wish they had the documentary portion. They're the ones that did the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection.
Yeah, they talk about that, yeah.
And it's like, the biggest disappointment with that collection for me was, like, the games are not great by any means, but rarely do you get to see people trying to figure out what the card game is going to be, because no one has a rule set in mind, because it's based off of like a 20-page chapter in a manga. That's it. That's all they have to go on. And they have to just make up rule sets around fake cards and stuff. And it's like, that would have been interesting because the first Yu-Gi-Oh games were not the card game. They were based off of like sort of like a capsule monster D&D game that was also played in the manga. And so like that collection has all the hallmarks of Digital Eclipse, where it's like, oh, you can, edit certain things to make the game playable. I'm not going to say easier, playable and enjoyable. But it's missing that documentary portion because, it's Konami, so I'm not surprised. But I wish they would do one for Ultima.
Oh god, I would love them to do one for Ultima.
Like, you have 6 games that matter. 7?
Yep.
7 games.
7 games that matter. 8. I enjoyed Ultima 8.
That's where that ends, right?
That's where what ends?
That's where Ultima sort of basically ends, right? Because the next one's an online game.
Yes. Well, and then they did make Ultima 9. But yeah, I mean, Ultima 8 is where the series, the series as you probably know it, ends.
Whenever Garrett stopped making his thing, and it was just an EA title. But
right.
But that's one that I would like to hear, because it's like Richard Garriott's still around.
Yep.
Insane still, but still around.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and not to mention, if you did those games, you could do the can't remember. Worlds of Adventure, I think, is what he called the other ones. Savage Empire.
And Martian Dreams.
Martian Dreams. Savage Empire is great. I played a lot of that game back in the early 90s on my PC.
They do good quality scans of all the materials in it, and it's like that was a big part of Ultima, the big feelies and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah,
are they not the first people that did it?
Yeah,
I think they might be the first people. So
their manuals were books
written in context of the world.
Right. The manual for Ultima Underworld is a journal of someone who lived in the underworld.
And then the Worlds of Adventure Savage Empire is written like an old pulp magazine.
Right.
Because I read that one because I have it for free on GOG. But
that game is actually pretty fun, but it's I mean, none of those games, you got to know what you're getting into, right? Because they were all made in the early 90s. But...
That's one that I would love Digital Eclipse to just, cut a bit of the chaff off and do their documentary stuff. And there's multiple versions of a lot of those early Ultima games because it was fucking on different types of computers and
NES. That'd be in some cases, and Super NES.
Super NES, yeah. Those are very different games.
Well, I'll be very interested to see what they end up doing next.
But that's just it. Like, no matter what they do, I'm interested. I bought that Jeff Minter collection, and I only give a shit about.
You don't like the Llama Soft?
He's a weird dude.
He's a very weird dude.
Oh fuck! Really? What's it called? A Tempest. So
yeah.
But
I finally have it, and I can sit here and I can just boot it up and play. Like this morning before I watched football, I booted up MK2 on the SNES, just played through it.
Don't you wish you could get those versions onto your 1UP arcade?
That'd be cool if they were in the 1UP arcade, but I do have 1, 2, and UMK3 in there, so MK2 is still the GOAT, still the best one.
I love MK2.
Oh god, man! I remember when that game came out. Holy shit! Anyway, all right, let's talk about what's out this week. It's slowing down a little bit. Not as much going on this week. We got here Devil Jam, 1000X Resist, Farming Simulator 25, Highlands Fishing, Football Manager 26 console, Let's Sing 2026, Satisfactory console versions, another bar game, Biped 2. Can you tell we're slowing down? My Life Farm Vet, Boxes Lost Fragments, Honeycomb The World Beyond, Kintum, Strike Force Heroes, Siberia Remastered, Unbeatable, A Pizza Delivery, Anima Gate of Memories 1 and 2 Remaster, Build a Bridge, Celestial Fall, Dark Deity 2, House of Fighters Total Mess, Peach Derby, Void Train, and Wobbly Life.
I've been told to be wary of the Build a Bridge group.
I would be.
Okay.
The biggest game this week? Nintendo forgot. I forgot. The world forgot that a new Hyrule Warriors is out.
Is it a new one or a remake of something?
No, it's brand new.
No, it's a brand new one.
Okay.
Nintendo ain't said shit about it. What's it called? Fuck, I just had it up.
I don't
Age
remember.
of Imprisonment.
It's a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. This is the last game in the Tears of the Kingdom series or whatever. So please be excited. Nintendo has 2 big games for the rest of the year, and they're not talking about either one of them, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more about Metroid.
I think they tweeted about it yesterday, it's out December 4th. I'm like, you know what would be good? Not a Kirby Air Ride 60-minute direct. Let's talk about fucking Metroid. Jesus Christ, Nintendo, what are you doing? I don't see no funny games on the old Switch. Just you know how Nintendo was like, I don't know if they said it or somebody else said it, of like, you know, we're trying to curate the Switch 2 store a little better. Man, I was on there this weekend. They ain't curating shit. They got some like AI slop girl game shit on there, and I'm just like, what is this? Fucking ugh. I want to know who's buying this shit. Or wait, no, I don't want to know who's buying this shit.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know them personally. Because, yeah. Alright, let's go to the news. Xbox Live was down this week because of Microsoft Azure, which is relevant because Amazon Web Services were down twice in the last, 2 weeks? And like the world stopped for a minute.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, isn't it?
By the way, I just put in the chat Nintendo's version of censoring.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Dude,
what is this image? Dude, come on, man. I'm not putting this anywhere out there. But this motherfucker just put a bullet bill in the chat.
If you want to know what it is,
do you think he shoots blanks?
Just look up Bullet Bill the Onion, and you'll know what it is.
That's fucked up. Hey, are you shocked? Xbox hardware is down 29%.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they wanted? I mean, everything's an Xbox.
Yeah.
So really, if everything's an Xbox, then they should be counting everything in their hardware sales.
Exactly. Like every Samsung TV that gets sold, that's Xbox hardware.
That's an Xbox, right? Yeah, that's an Xbox. Your Windows PC is an Xbox.
A lot
Steam Deck, not an Xbox.
A lot of talk this week about the next generation Xbox that won't sell. It's going to be a hybrid with a PC. Will feel like a traditional console. Will run all Xbox Series library and backwards compatible library, and does not plan to have a multiplayer paywall.
Okay.
I love that response. Like, okay.
It sounds like the home console version of the Rogue Ally X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if it runs Windows, you can kiss my ass.
Well, of course it's going to run Windows. It's a Microsoft product. What do you think they're going to put Linux in it?
Windows ain't on my Xbox Series X.
Well, your Xbox Series X isn't a PC, is it? Or a
no, but it's an Xbox.
Experience. Yeah. Well, so's my Samsung TV, motherfucker.
No, it's not. It doesn't play Fusion Frenzy.
Oh, that's true. It doesn't play Fusion Frenzy.
Actually, it does play Fusion Frenzy. You just have to stream it.
Oh, does it really?
You have to stream it.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck that.
I mean, technically, it plays it.
Yeah, that's true.
You just have to, it's in the wording.
Yeah, I don't want to stream anything on my Samsung TV anyway. So.
Well, I mean, you stream movies, don't you? You have a Blu-ray player, or do you actually you stream movies?
No, fuck that. The Blu-ray player. What fucking year do you think it is? Do you have a Blu-ray player?
Anthony's over here like, bitch, I got a VHS tape player.
I was staying silent.
I have a Blu-ray player. It's called a PlayStation 3. Also a PlayStation
fair enough.
4.
I also use a PlayStation.
Wait. Does the PlayStation 3 have a web browser? Doesn't that mean it's an Xbox?
That's true. You're absolutely correct.
I would like to put that challenge out to somebody who wants
somebody's had to have tried that, right?
PlayStation 3.
My
oh god.
My original Samsung phone back in 2002 also had a web browser, so that's an Xbox as well.
Fucking right, man. The Xbox has sold like 14 billion hardware units. It's crazy.
It's unbelievable how many Xboxes there are out there.
It's a lot. So they announced Halo. Campaign evolved. That was this week. God, this week was long.
Didn't we talk about that already?
Did we?
I don't remember.
Dude, it's been a long fucking week.
Did we talk about it last week? I thought we did talk about it last week.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it last week, because the conversation started with, what the fuck point do you buy an Xbox at this point? Also, what the fuck good is Halo as an IP at this point?
My answer to why the fuck do you buy an Xbox is the exact same reason Drew and I have for buying an Xbox, and that's because we have giant fucking libraries in the Xbox ecosystem.
So you have an anchor around your neck is not a good selling point.
But it is a selling point.
I have to buy this boat.
But it is a selling point.
Yeah, no, I get it.
like if you it's that. The first National Lampoon's magazine said, buy this magazine or we'll shoot this dog, so I guess you had to buy it.
Did you buy it?
No, I wasn't alive.
It's no excuse. You've killed a dog.
I've been accused of worse.
Killer.
Goddamn. I'll tell you, I watched The Long Walk with the family last night. That's a fucked up movie.
Is that already out?
It's out. You can buy it or rent it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that was like our Halloween movie that we wanted to watch together. That's a depressing It's a depressing fucking movie.
It's a messed up book.
Yeah. Yep. I feel like maybe we didn't talk about this. PlayStation Plus games for November include Stray, EA Sports WRC 24, and Total Accurate Battle Simulator.
Dude, my son loves Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
My son does too. Like, he asked me to play it with him once, and I did, and I was like, "What the fuck are we even doing?"
Yeah, it's very weird.
Japan lost its lawsuit for the capturing mechanic in Japan. So good.
Nintendo, you mean?
What did I say? Japan?
You said Japan lost its lawsuit.
Japan did lose. Yeah, they lost.
Nintendo of Japan did.
Resident Evil Requiem's getting a Switch 2 Pro controller on February 27th, and there will be amiibos in the summer. Okay.
That controller looks like ass.
It's like $100.
Worst controller designs, and it looks like shit.
It's not. It'll never be a worse Resident Evil controller than the chainsaw controller on GameCube.
At least the chainsaw controller is stupid.
I love that it has a little analog stick on it.
Exactly. Is it good? No. Is it funny and interesting? Yes. This controller is. Just buy a normal controller. There's almost nothing to this. It looks like fucking newspaper articles. Yes. Yeah. And you don't even get to see Resident Evil because the fucking Switch 2 logo blocks it out.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
It's like Resident Switch 2 Evil.
We can sit here and we can bitch about how stupid it is, but it is sold out.
Okay.
So.
It's still that just because people buy it doesn't make it not stupid. In fact, I'd argue if a lot of people buy it and it's stupid, it just proves that the people are shit.
Some people, buy physical copies. God damn it, I forgot the name of the game. I was going to make the joke again.
Oh, are you talking
that Switch game?
Quantum Error?
No. That Switch game that nobody cared about but had to drive 40 miles to get a physical copy.
Oh, Tiny Troopers?
Tiny Troopers, that's the one.
Oh my god. Guys, they have it out. Switch Core.
God, I remember hashtag Switch Core now. Thanks for unlocking that memory in my brain.
I'm so glad that there's no way anybody can make a full set of physical Switch or PS4 games at this point. It's just a little joy in my life.
I don't care. I think y'all are weird for collecting plastic, but I know I'm the anomaly in this podcast for that. So
I like my physical media, so
that's
you
cool.
Can pry my physical media from my cold dead hands.
I don't want your physical media, so you can keep it in your cold dead hands.
At this point, the last PS4 game I bought that was physical was Sandland, and I have a little bit more emotional attachment. The only games I buy physical are for Switch, and that's because there's actually games on the cartridge when they're Nintendo.
Right. Yep.
Not anymore. Game key cards are here, baby.
Puts a month. Well, that's everybody else.
I mean,
but
all the Nintendo ones that I own are.
Just give it time. It will happen.
Both of them.
Both of them
are on the cartridge. Yeah.
I read a stat the other day that is amazing. At the end of 2025, the Nintendo Switch 2 will have more exclusives than the PlayStation 5.
You mean in 2025 or
no?
total?
Since the PS5 launched.
Really?
Yeah. Games that you can only play on the Switch 2.
PC.
Yeah, obviously PC is gonna skew that a little.
Yeah.
But not a lot. Because PlayStation hasn't really put out a ton of games lately.
Yeah, no, they haven't. But I mean, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 and
Spider-Man
Ragnarok,
2 is the only exclusive though, right? To PS5? Spider-Man and Miles Morales were both on PS4.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 and then Ragnarok was also PS5 exclusive.
Was it? I thought it was on PS4. Am I crazy?
Well, maybe it was. I thought it was only on PS5.
No, I think it's PS4.
I have it on PS4. It's PS4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, what is it? It was Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank were the only two for like a year and a half.
Yep.
And Horizon
Eternal,
expansion.
DLC for Horizon.
The DLC, yeah.
Yeah. Forbidden West. Yeah.
That's on PC now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Astrobot is not on PC.
If you go that far, Xbox doesn't have a exclusive game.
We were not talking about Xbox. Xbox ain't had exclusives since like 1997. What are you talking about?
That's true.
1997?
Yeah, I know. There wasn't even an Xbox. That was the joke. Come on. Stay with me here. New Animal Crossing update coming to Switch 2. 3.0 title update. Launches January 15th. Better resolution, mouse control, megaphone item, and 12-player support. Also on January 15th, a new hotel owned by Captain's Family. New DIY items, crossover items. Rossetti is back with a new job, and Dream World.
You sell a lot of things that make no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
Rossetti, I think, cleans up your island now, right?
Rossetti is the greatest character in all of Animal Crossing. That's all you need to know.
Back when the Matrix...
Hold on. You have no reference for Animal Crossing, Drew?
I mean, I do, yeah. I played New Horizons, and I played the one on the 3DS.
Yeah, so you have, like, no reference for Rossetti. So in the original, if you turned your game off without saving, you
he'd
walk
get
outside
mad
your house
at you.
like normal. Yeah. Yeah, but he hasn't had a job because now everything auto-saves.
Back when The Matrix was very popular, the Wachowskis reached out to Konami for a video game adaptation of The Matrix made by Hideo Kojima. Konami said no.
Well.
And Hideo Kojima spoke out about this and said that nobody's ever told him that in 26 years.
First I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's bullshit.
No, the Wachowskis said it.
Oh, well. Okay.
Thought you were going to say they're bullshit.
Well, no, that's not what I was going to say. Do you guys remember Enter the Matrix?
I do, and the Path of Neo.
That did get made? Yeah.
Wasn't that Atari? And one of them was made by
Atari.
Dave Perry. Dave Perry Studio.
Dave Perry.
I believe that was Enter the Matrix.
Oh, should have been gone.
Yeah.
One of those games got marketed hard.
Enter the Matrix.
Into the Matrix, yeah.
Because it was a tie-in to the movies. It's a different story that's happening at the same time as Reloaded.
I think Wombat and I worked
other characters
when that game came out at GameStop.
You might have worked at GameStop. I wasn't at GameStop yet when that came out.
Okay, that was just me.
I was still in college, and I bought it, I didn't buy it. My friend who owned the game store got a copy and used, and I played it that way. And it's not a good game.
It's broken, is what it is.
Yeah, very broken.
Yep.
Limited Run Games had a showcase this week for their 10-year anniversary. Some highlights.
All that stuff you'll be able to play 3 years from now.
True.
And if you want to buy it physical, yes. If you want to buy it digital,
On a CD-ROM.
You don't have to wait. You mean a
Yeah,
CDR?
oh no, CDR. Even worse.
Not on the Switch. Ain't got no CDRs.
It's
not yet,
true.
anyways.
So the highlights include Fuga 1 through 3, Choaniki.
Yeah, fine. Don't know why you'd want to play that. Okay.
Do you don't like Choaniki?
Fuga sounds like an insult that Tony Soprano would call somebody.
Dude, if I described to you what Fuga was,
Gabago.
He's French now.
Yep. Fuck you. I can't do accents.
He sounded like
too, so
you know who he sounded like there. He sounded like Sacha Baron Cohen. So he sounded like
my
way. Like it Gabago.
Onimusha 2 is getting a physical release from them. Capcom Arcade.
Sorry, you were going to say something about Fuga. Go ahead.
No, I was telling Ryan if I explained to him what Fuga was.
What is Fuga?
Fuga is a anthropomorphic furry family that drives a tank, and it's
that's the tank game.
Yeah,
and you got to kill one of them whenever you use your super ability or whatever.
Yeah. That's what Fuga is.
It's a spin-off of their. It's what is it? What's that? The people that made Astro's Wrath, CyberConnect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that team.
It's their series, and it's a weird series that they've kept going since the PS1, because the first one was like
Tail Concerto, right?
Fuck. Yeah, Tail Concerto, and the second one was a DS game called Solatorobo, and now they got Fuga Memories of Steel.
Yeah, and they've made 3 of those.
Heard of any of these?
Tail Concerto was very like a rare game back on the PS1. It was published by Atlas, I think.
It's still a rare
Sounds
game.
like the kind of game that would be published by Atlas.
Yeah, 100%. What else we got here? Capcom Arcade Stadiums get a physical copy. Ernest Evans collection is coming, which is something I never thought I'd see in my day.
Waiting for the Ernest Scared Stupid collection.
Dude, rest in peace, Jim Varney. Limited Run Games got the rights to Little Samson and are releasing that, which is crazy. Fear Effect 2 retro.
Cool, I can't wait to have the secondary market of new cartridges also be super collectible and therefore unattainable.
Yeah, that game is pretty cool. I like that game.
Wasn't it the original Mega Man director doing his own thing?
I think so. It's very Mega Man-esque, that's for sure. Valiant Hearts Coming Home, Little Goody Two Shoes, and Xeno Tilt. Also from there. They also
new Shantae game.
Well, yeah, I was getting to that. The 7th entry in Shantae was announced. But that's literally all they said.
Yep.
Silent Hill 2 Remake has finally been rated for the Xbox Series X. So maybe you finally get to play that if you have an Xbox only.
Maybe.
Anything else interesting here? Just scrolling through. A Crash Bandicoot series was ordered on Netflix. It's an animated series. Thank God.
Oh man, I really want Crash live action, but it's just the guy in the suit from the commercials.
From the commercials, yeah. That'd be great.
Amazon is basically laying off everybody in their game studios in Irvine and San Diego. Amazon will halt work on their MMOs, including the New World Eternum.
I mean, it's shitty that people are losing their jobs.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised Amazon's pulling out, though. I'm just not.
I'm bringing it up here. I know I probably shouldn't, and I'm not even talking to the person I should be talking to. Terrence was describing an MMO that he had to review, and he went on this tirade about how the people that he was playing with in this MMO were griefing the crap out of him. And he's like, back in the day, people used to be really helpful and be nice. And I really want to find that episode again because I want to listen to his tirade again. And I'm trying to think of what the name of the game was.
It wasn't New
What
World.
game it was.
I can tell you it wasn't New World.
No, because that would imply that people are playing New World.
I played it for an hour and was like, okay.
Yeah, it sure is an MMO. That's how I feel about every MMO.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him.
They announced NBA The Run, which is like an arcade basketball game. It's coming in 2026. Sigma Star DX got a release.
Just bring Street back.
No.
Bring back, just call it, fuck it, just call it NBA Prison Rules. I'm fine with whatever you want to do. Just go out. Like, fuck it. Just makes sports games fun again, please. I'm tired of playing simulations.
I guess Battlefield dropped a free-to-play battle royale game called Red Sec.
What?
It's just a battle royale in Battlefield.
Okay.
There was like,
I'm surprised I just hadn't heard of it until this very moment.
People were tweeting about it the other day, and then like...
Nah, explain it. I'm not on Twitter.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that people were on Blue Sky talking about it too. I don't know.
Well, clearly not. Clearly not within my line of sight.
Oh, shit.
If it's anything like my Battlefield experience, I will spawn in and then die within 3 seconds, and that'll be it.
And then you uninstall.
And then I uninstall and say, yeah, Battlefield's never been for me.
I tell you what, it is truly the golden age of old game collections. We're getting the Street Racer collection on November 27th. Which I'm very...
What is that?
Street Racer was Ubisoft's ripoff of Mario Kart, and it's actually not bad.
I've never heard of this game series at all.
Yeah, it was on PlayStation 1, Saturn, I want to say PC.
Wow, nothing.
Yeah. And we get the Wacky Wheels remaster.
Dude, I played Wacky Wheels on my Steam Deck. It was awesome. That was like the first game I installed after Doom was Wacky Wheels.
I'm looking it up.
Street Racer was a cool game. The only catch to it was like the laps are like super short. I'm talking like 20 to 30 seconds. So like every race was like 10 or 20 laps. But it was a cool little game.
It was on Super Nintendo?
Oh, wow, they made a version on Super Nintendo. I played it on the Saturn and PS1. That's where I played it.
Oh, yeah, there's a basketball minigame or something like that, too?
Yeah.
Or
it's a cool
soccer
game.
Minigame, which is weird to think about.
Yeah, it was a cool game.
Yeah, I've never seen this game in my fucking life.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to play it.
Yeah.
I think I rented this game on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, the collection's out on November 27th.
With the title that is clearly a Street Fighter ripoff.
Yeah.
Speaking of
the green Frankenstein looking character.
Speaking of Qbyte, who is the company putting this out, their new emulation engine has added PS1 support with 3 titles coming to modern platforms, including, okay, I'm going to be impressed if you remember this game. 1.
Oh my god, the game that's impossible to fucking look up.
Yeah.
So I may have gone through a period where I was looking for games to play on PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 3 very legally. And I'm like, what the fuck is 1? And let me tell you.
Hold on. Wombat. I'm waiting on Wombat to join in with me.
One! Oh, one!
The only way is one.
So your 1 is a 1997 third-person shooter platformer for the PlayStation, where you play John Kane, a man who wakes up with amnesia and a gun for an arm.
Yeah, it was very generic.
As one does.
It is absolutely 100% a PlayStation 1 third-person shooter game where a guy has a gun for an arm.
Yep.
It definitely is that.
It's one of those.
If I were going to describe it, that's exactly how I would describe it.
The other 2 games coming are in.
I would also tell you that game sucks hard.
It does. It really sucks.
Don't listen to what anybody might tell you that might say, "Oh no, it's a cult classic." No, that game sucks.
No, that game is bad. The other 2 games coming.
It's not as bad as A Perfect Weapon, but it's bad.
Dude, nothing is worse than Perfect Weapon. Dude, no.
The worst
I
game I've ever put.
Weapon. I bought Perfect Weapon new at the store.
We all did.
God.
We all did.
I might buy a copy
then.
of Perfect Weapon just to have it, so if anybody ever says, this is the worst game I've ever played, I can pop it into, like, a console and be like, no.
No.
This is the worst game.
Yeah. It's the worst game you've played yet.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold my beer.
Fuck. I legitimately think that might be the worst game ever made.
It's pretty bad.
It's the worst game I've ever played in my life.
Because it's not interesting.
No.
It's not fun. It's not funny bad. It's just
bad.
Terrible on a base design level. Yep. And then they've reused that engine to make a terrible Crow game, which is just wow.
Sure did.
Brother, the music
they got away with this twice.
The music in that Crow game is ingrained in my brain.
That Crow game is embarrassing. If someone walked in on you playing that Crow game, you would be more embarrassed than if they walked in on you watching hardcore pornography. That game is.
Are you implying that having your dick in your hand is more?
I'm implying that you might as well.
Is a more socially acceptable thing.
Yeah.
Than playing the Crow video game as developed by Grey Matter from Oakville, Ontario.
That game was bad.
Oh, they from around you?
Yes.
They from around you?
You can tell them I said that.
Because everybody lives there, just knows everybody else. Like, what's up? You made the Crow.
I believe the thing that gets me the most is I believe they're part of Rockstar.
Well, you know what? They were not rock stars when they made this game. Look at this. Look at this character. Look at him. Look at that fucking thing.
Looks like a dollar store Joker.
You know what's the way that he's going? Look at him.
You know what the crazy part about that game is? It has tank controls.
It does have tank controls. So does fucking Perfect Weapon.
Yep. Look at this fucking thing.
That's a hot ass video game.
Oh God, I'm really crying right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. Look at that. That's some hardcore 3D polygons.
I need someone to edit the original Crow with this model after Brandon Lee died.
Looks like he would be one of the bad guys in Nightmare Creatures.
Hey, we don't talk negative about Nightmare Creatures.
God. I love Nightmare Creatures, but remember the bad guys with the elongated limbs?
Oh, of course, they were bent backwards and shit.
Yeah, that's what they made Brandon Lee look like in this fucking game.
So that's technically not Brandon Lee.
I know it's not Brandon Lee.
It's based on the second movie,
City of Angels.
Which is already bad.
What the crazy part is, isn't there like 3 Crow movies?
No, there's
way more than that.
There's a television show.
Wasn't Edward Furlong in one of them?
He was, yep.
Yes, he was.
Oh, man.
I think it was like the third one.
Shitty Crow movie.
There it is. Yeah, there it is. There's the face. That's your picture for the podcast.
So, all I can see when I see that face is like, some people just want to watch the world burn.
Fucking Ronald McDonald listening to My Chemical Romance.
That's my profile pic for Discord.
It is.
Yo, I'm finally going to get to tell you what the other 2 games coming from Cubite emulation are.
Well,
okay, go for it.
They better not be worse than the Crow City of Angels on PlayStation 1.
No. The second one is Invasion from Beyond, and the third one is Motor Mash.
The Motor Mash?
Not quite as dramatic as the first game.
Motor Mash.
That's what it looks like the Crow was in.
A Motor Mash?
Look at that fucking thing.
He's still going. This is why you don't do shows past 7 p.m.
That's so funny.
This is exactly why. All
Yeah,
right.
that's my
Also, we're getting collections of The Last Ninja and James Pond.
Oh,
We talked about that last week.
I'm gonna say
No, we
I'm gonna
talked
say
about it
this
in
right
Discord.
No,
we didn't
no,
talk
say
about
this.
it on the show.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Kill James
No.
Pond.
I don't know if we did or not.
Well, we're talking about it now. James
Oh.
Pond was like, didn't one of them try to be Sonic?
James Pond.
Like
I
he
have no
ran
idea.
really fast or some shit?
Yeah. So, well, it's a bit different because I'll be honest. The first game is weird, whatever. The second game is shit. I know that's the one everybody loves. I'm sorry, it is fucking. It looks like an Amiga game. Like what? That's not a compliment. The third one is the weird one where you go to like space and it's like a. I mean, it was supposed to be called Splash Gordon, and then they couldn't get. Apparently, that was not allowed, so it ended up being fucking some other name. But he has a weird. So, to make certain jumps, you would have to actually run downhill. That's kind of what you're thinking of, Ken. Is that like his speed actually affected his velocity over a jump? So, like you'd have to.
I'm sorry. I'll read the subtitles of the games. So we have James Pond, codename Robocod. James Pond,
that's
Underwater
the
Agent.
game.
James Pond,
Yeah, that's
Operation Starfish.
That's the third game.
And James Pond in the Deathly Shallows.
And hot dog flavored one.
James Pond and the hot dog flavored water.
You can buy the
Operation
first game on
Starfish and the hot dog
Genesis for $5 on Blue Shell Gaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Pond 3 is on the Amiga CD32. It's $1,300 complete in box.
Wow, great. Sign me up.
They also made the aquatic game starring James Pond.
That is the biggest pile of shit. And that's not saying much in the James Bond category, but oh boy.
Why? So when I did a search for the aquatic games featuring James Pond, why is there? This must be made by the same team. But I looked up James Pond games, and just sticking in the middle of all of them is Rollo to the Rescue.
I have no idea what Rollo to the Rescue is.
Well, I'm going to tell
Hold
you.
on. I'm looking it up. Oh.
That's Rollo. He's on the way to the rescue.
Yeah, fucking.
Ooh,
If that's, I hope that's not the cover art. Oh yeah, it is the cover. The game actually doesn't. The sprites look great. What a shame about that cover art. Wow. Wow.
Everybody's just having a good time on Rollo's back there.
Yeah.
That beaver's got a float in the inner tube.
It's not completely out of the question that an elephant could support a beaver, a rabbit, and a squirrel on his back.
But what about the inner tube?
That's pushing
that does put it a little over the top. That's
but
so
like,
he can ride on the water.
But the graphics in the game are far more pleasant than the nightmare that is the fucking cover on the Sega Genesis.
Than the cover, which looks like Dumbo trying to fuck you with his eyes.
I want you to know this. According to Google, 96% of people like this game.
Well, I mean, it looks pretty good, actually.
It says it's in the James Pond series. That's what it says here.
Yeah, I've never heard of it until this very moment. And
okay, I got a game I got to play this week. I got to go play Rollo to the Rescue.
You got to go play Rollo to the Rescue now.
Hold on. I'm trying to find... Oh... Okay, so... I'm trying... Oh, now I have to...
There's a Google search. It is like the second one down says, "Let's never talk about Rollo to the Rescue. Blimey boyo."
Okay.
What the hell?
I want you to know that a complete copy of Crow City of Angels is $97.
You should buy it. You should buy it now.
If you're the type of human being that would pay that.
A new copy is $236.
Wow.
Sounds like a deal.
And a graded copy is $432. Get the fuck out of my fucking face.
That shit was at KB Toys for like $5 on clearance.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I looked at that screenshot of his face. How could you not emotionally connect?
I mean,
there's lots of ways. All right, that's it. This has been a journey.
Any emails?
No.
Late night, baby.
No emails, and I didn't tweet because it's fucking 10:15, man.
Technically 11:15.
No, the clocks went backwards. It's 10:15.
Sure as hell don't feel like it.
Oh, please send us emails about Rolo and his rescue attempts.
And Crow City of Angels.
Dude, I want to know somebody who's played Crow City. I've played that game. It's very bad. But I want to know everybody else's experience with Crow City of Angels. So please send emails to podcasts@ztgd.com, or you could tweet us about it at ZTGD Radio on Twitter and Blue Sky.
We will only respond with the picture of the crow's face.
Yes. Just his face.
I wish if you called my voicemail, it just sent you back that picture.
See, the problem with these pictures that we always want to use for the show is they're too fucking small. And if I blow that
I can
up,
make that one bigger.
like if you blow it up, it's gonna look like
What
shit.
What about if you use this?
Looks like shit now with the fucking statement.
There you go.
Oh, if you pull that picture up, it's gonna look like shit.
Oh my. Okay, I might be able to use that. That might be usable. I might have to use that one. Terrence gonna wake up from his coma and be like, "What the fuck happened?"
The first thing he's gonna see when he logs in is Bullet Bill with a giant dick, and he's gonna scroll down through all the rest of this.
He's just gonna post it. No, he's just gonna post the Simpsons gif of him walking in, putting his hat on, walking back out.
Walking right back out. Yep.
Drew done changed his fucking Discord picture to the crow.
Gonna be it from now on.
Dude,
this is why you don't let us do a late night show, man.
I tell you what, it would be awesome if we like streamed games, because I would totally get us on a stream to do fucking Crow City of Angels.
Oh God,
I would totally do that. That stream would last 5 minutes.
Fighting with a vengeance.
All right.
I'm your boogeyman, as covered by White Zombie for the Crow City.
Boogeyman.
I'm your boogeyman. Uh-huh.
No, it's just yeah.
Oh, so I have to share this here, because it's pertinent to what you guys are talking about.
That boy sitting next to you on the plane talking about Pokemon.
No. My son said something about, he was doing a homework assignment in American history, and he said something about worlds colliding. And so I immediately jumped into Power Man 5000. This is what it's like when worlds collide. And then I said something about Rob Zombie.
I haven't seen my son in weeks because he left the house and won't talk to me anymore.
No, but I said something about Rob Zombie, and my wife's like, I've never heard anything from Rob Zombie. And I'm like, well, you've heard Dragula. And she's like, I've never heard Dragula in my entire life. So I played Dragula. I'm like, you have heard Dragula. And I played it, and she's like, I have never heard this song before in my entire life.
Really?
I finally understood what it was like to have lived through the early 2000s and not played video games.
And my Dragula.
Dude, I couldn't, between that and the fucking...
that song was in everything.
That and Click Click Boom, I will never not know those songs.
Click, Boom.
Every sports game
from Saliva.
Yeah. Denial by Seven Best.
Click, click, boom. Yeah, I
Click,
fucking
click,
actually
boom.
like Saliva's album.
Fucking Dracula, Twisted Metal 3. Yeah. Alright, well that's it for this show. We'll be back next week. Hopefully nobody's sick next week, because
Hopefully not.
we're getting too old to be sick. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Unless anybody has anything else, and please don't. We'll get out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.